You're watching DX Recaps, the place where we break down movies fast, clear, and spoiler-packed. Whether you missed it, forgot it, or just want a quick refresh, we've got you covered. Let's get into the story. Ichiro is an ordinary middle-class man who has just bought a new house for his family. However, instead of being grateful, his family complains that the house is smaller than those around it. Hoping to celebrate the occasion, Ichiro brings home sushi, but his family dismisses it as cheap takeout. They leave him behind and go to a restaurant on their own. Left alone, Ichiro celebrates the moment by himself. At work, things aren't much better. His boss harshly criticizes a new project he's responsible for, an energy drink campaign that's costing the company a lot of money. In front of his coworkers, Ichiro is scolded by his manager and forced to apologize publicly. On his way home, he sees a thug robbing a man who looks a lot like him. Ichiro, afraid, turns away, only to be seen by his daughter. She calls him a coward for not stepping in. While sitting outside his house, Ichiro encounters a stray dog named Hanako, who was abandoned by her owner. He feels an instant connection with her. But when his wife sees the dog, she tells him to get rid of it immediately. She also hands him the results from a recent medical checkup, urging him to do further testing. Ichiro goes to the hospital, where he's hit with terrible news. He has stage 4 cancer and only 3 months to live. He tries calling his wife, but she ignores him. His daughter also doesn't pick up. That evening at dinner, he tries to tell his family about his diagnosis, but they're too busy complaining and blaming him for everything. His wife again demands he get rid of the dog. Completely ignoring the pain in his eyes, Ichiro takes Hanako outside, wondering if his family would even shed a tear if he died. He apologizes to Hanako and tries to abandon her, but she faithfully follows him everywhere. Realizing she's the only one who truly cares, he breaks down and apologizes to her again for trying to leave her. Later, Ichiro meets a man named Hiro sitting in a park. Suddenly, a blinding light shoots from the sky and crashes into them. Ichiro loses consciousness as strange creatures surround him, while Hanako barks frantically. The next morning, Ichiro wakes up beside his loyal dog. Surprisingly, he no longer needs his glasses. His vision is perfect. But when he returns home and eats breakfast, he can't taste anything. He becomes extremely thirsty and drinks water directly from a fountain. Later, smoke begins to pour out of his left hand. His hand transforms into a large rifle and shoots out the soup he drank earlier. His entire body starts to transform, revealing mechanical parts beneath his skin. Ichiro struggles to hold himself together just as his wife walks in. Meanwhile, Hiro, who was also struck by the mysterious light, is actually Ichiro's daughter Mary's classmate. Hiro meets with his friend Chaco and demonstrates his new powers by shooting a bird from a distance using only his fingers. He then shows Chaco how he can control cars with his mind in an underground parking garage. Finally, he reveals his mechanical body. Back at work, Ichiro sees an injured pigeon and gently holds it. To his surprise, he heals the bird, and it flies off. Soon after, he senses pain and rushes to a hospital, where a boy is dying. Ichiro places his hand on the child and brings him back to life. Watching the mother reunite with her son fills Ichiro with joy. He's finally helped someone. On the darker side, Hiro confronts some bullies and forces them to return the money they stole. He grabs one bully's arm and hurts him badly. Just as he's about to kill the bully, Chaco stops him. A girl named Shion witnesses this and is impressed. She later confesses to Hiro, who accepts her feelings with a smile. We learn that Hiro's parents are divorced. His father left his mother for another woman. Despite being betrayed, Hiro's mother still cares for her son and encourages him to visit his father. When Hiro goes to his father's home for dinner, the happy atmosphere makes him angry, believing this joy was stolen from his mother. Later, while playing with his half-brother, Hiro points his finger like a gun, hesitating. But in the end, he doesn't pull the trigger. He sees his father and realizes he still cares for him, despite everything. However, walking home, Hiro hears joyful families nearby and is consumed by rage. He breaks into a house and kills everyone inside. Ichiro hears about this from the hospital, where he has been healing more patients. He rushes to the house and finds a young girl with a bullet hole in her head. Sadly, he learns his powers only work on the living. In the living room, he sees Hiro standing over the bodies. Recognizing him from the park, Ichiro tries to speak, but Hiro attacks him and sends him flying. Though hurt, Ichiro recovers and watches Hiro fly off into the sky. Later, Chako meets with Hiro and suspects he's the killer, noting the lack of bullets in the victims. Hiro admits it proudly, claiming he's now a god. He insists that strangers die every day and there's no reason to feel sorry for people you don't know. Horrified, Chako cuts ties with Hiro and runs away. That night, Hiro returns to his mother, only to find she has inoperable cancer. She tells him she won't live much longer and that he must live with his father from now on. Devastated, Hiro breaks down, hugging her and vowing never to let her die. Meanwhile, Ichiro tells his family he has been demoted at work. Instead of support, his wife berates him about their mortgage, and his daughter blames him again. Feeling useless and full of doubt, Ichiro questions whether he can protect anyone at all. Suddenly, he hears Chako praying, hoping someone can stop Hiro from killing again. Inspired, Ichiro finds renewed purpose. He decides to fight back and use his powers for good. He transforms into his mechanical form, takes Hanako with him, and flies into the sky. Ichiro finds Chako at the park, and they talk about the strange night. Chako theorizes that aliens must have rebuilt both him and Hiro, granting them identical powers. Chako decides to help train Ichiro based on what he's seen Hiro do. They head to a junkyard where Ichiro tries shooting a can with his hand, but it's clear the old man has a long way to go before he's ready to face Hiro. Meanwhile, Hiro takes his mother to the doctor. They soon discover that the cancer has completely vanished from her body, most likely healed by her son's powers. As they walk home together, Hiro tells his mother to enjoy life and take vacations. He promises to make her happy since she has suffered so much throughout her life. But their happiness doesn't last. A group of police officers arrives, demanding to question Hiro about the recent murders. He runs off immediately while his mother screams his name. Hiro uses his powers to throw the officers around like ragdolls, killing 3 of them, while the others shoot at him, without any effect. He jumps down the stairway and flies away. News of Hiro's escape spreads quickly, and he becomes a fugitive with nowhere to hide. Fortunately, he finds Shion, who decides to help him despite his criminal status. We learn that Shion lives with her grandmother, her only remaining relative, as her parents died from illness years ago. She also believes she may not live long either. Meanwhile, Ichiro continues training but gets exhausted quickly. He grabs an energy drink from his company to rehydrate. Shoko suspects that water fuels their mechanical bodies, as they become very thirsty after using their weapons. But Ichiro suddenly feels pain and vomits the liquid, just like with the soup earlier. Shoko realizes the sodium content might be what's causing his body to malfunction, and this could be used to their advantage later. That night, Hiro watches the news and sees people blaming his mother for what he did. She repeatedly apologizes, but no one shows sympathy. He breaks down in tears, realizing the person he loves most is now paying the price for his actions. Then the news reports that his mother has been found dead in her apartment. She took her own life after being attacked by the media. Hiro is devastated. He reads the hateful comments left online and, enraged, uses his powers to hack into people's computers, killing them through their screens. People begin dying instantly just from looking at their devices. Later, Shion finds Hiro unable to sleep. He confesses to killing all those people and transforms in front of her, trying to scare her away. But Shion refuses to believe he's a monster. Hiro flies her into the sky, asking if she's afraid. She says her only fear is losing him. Realizing she's the only one left who cares about him, he promises to protect her forever. For the first time, he falls asleep peacefully, and Shion smiles, saying he's still very human. She walks into the kitchen, but suddenly feels something behind her. She turns to find an army of soldiers pointing guns at her. Hiro sees this, grabs her, and shields her while bullets rain down on him. He retaliates with rage, killing all the soldiers. But when the dust settles, he sees Shion lying dead with multiple gunshot wounds. Heartbroken, Hiro vows to destroy the entire country. Meanwhile, Ichiro watches news of the massacres and urges his family to turn off their phones, but they ignore him. His daughter, Mari, goes out with friends to enjoy the view from a high-rise. Hiro hacks into all broadcast networks and declares his plan to destroy the country to avenge his family. No one takes him seriously, until people start dropping dead from his attacks. Chaos breaks out everywhere. Ichiro hijacks the signal, and Shoko tells people to throw away their phones to stop the attacks. Cut off from the networks, Hiro launches missiles at the city instead. Explosions erupt everywhere. Ichiro confronts Hiro and tries to talk him down. But Hiro won't listen. They chase each other through the city sky. Hiro fires a barrage of missiles, but Ichiro dodges them. The chase continues through a tunnel and nearly collides with traffic. As they near Mary's location, Ichiro hears her calling for help. Her building was hit by a missile. He tries to reach her, but Hiro attacks, damaging Ichiro's flight system and causing him to crash into a building. They fight fiercely. Ichiro shoots at Hiro, but Hiro dodges and kicks him through the wall into a helicopter, causing it to explode. They land on a rooftop, and Ichiro begs Hiro to stop. Hiro drinks from a water bottle to recharge, but Ichiro destroys it. Hiro steals Ichiro's water instead and drinks it all. Powered up, he fires missiles that send Ichiro flying. They soar higher into the atmosphere. Hiro fires again, sending Ichiro into space. He punches the old man, planning a final blow. But instead of launching missiles, Hiro vomits the liquid he drank. It was actually an energy drink, swapped by Ichiro. Now malfunctioning, Hiro is vulnerable. Ichiro transforms his arm into a rifle and blasts Hiro back to Earth. Ichiro rushes to the destroyed building and finds Mari unconscious. He desperately tries to revive her and finally succeeds. She opens her eyes and realizes her father is a hero. Just then, Hiro returns, still alive, and kicks Ichiro into a wall. Seeing Mari, Hiro attacks and shoots her in the stomach. Ichiro jumps in to protect her but gets beaten badly. Hiro grabs Mari and drags her to the edge of the rooftop. He wants Ichiro to feel the same despair he felt, and throws her off. Desperate, Ichiro powers up and rockets toward Hiro, breaking off his arm as he speeds past. He catches Mari just before she hits the ground and saves her. As she wakes, she sees her father fly away again to save others. The government later confirms Hiro's death, but his body is never found. Only fragments of unknown metal are recovered. Life goes back to normal. Ichiro eats dinner with his family, but Mari now sees her father in a new light, a true superhero. Meanwhile, Shoko returns home and finds Hiro, still alive, missing an arm, but relieved to see his friend. Shoko invites him to play the latest game. But when he turns around with the game, Hiro is gone. Knowing his presence would only put his best friend in danger. And that's a wrap on today's recap. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a plot twist. Got a movie you want recapped? Drop it in the comments below. This is DX Recaps. See you in the next one.